In today's class, we are going to discuss about the chapter Browsing Internet. First of all, you can browse anything using internet. The concepts that we are going to discuss in this chapter are history, how to connect to internet services, Microsoft Internet Explorer, URL, search engines, saving information from internet, searching information using search engines, copy and paste information, advantages and disadvantages. Okay. First, the introduction about internet, because we cannot discuss the chapter of browsing internet unless and until we know about internet. What is an internet? Internet is a global wide area network that connects the computer systems across the world. It includes a high bandwidth data lines that comprise the internet. It is otherwise called as the backbone of the internet. These lines are connected to major internet hubs that distribute data to other locations such as web servers and ISPs, that is the internet service providers. What is a web server? Web server is the hardware or the software that uses the HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and other protocols to respond to client requests over World Wide Web. And it also displays the website content through storing, processing, and delivering web pages to the users. Then again, what is an internet service provider? Internet service provider is an organization that provides the services for accessing, using, or participating in the internet. Okay, imagine if you want to access some data through your email. First of all, you should have an account. Either it could be a Gmail account or an Yahoo account. Some account you should have. Only then you can send some email through the Gmail or email. They will provide you with all the necessities that is used for sending an email. Okay. Then we are moving on to the next one. This is how all the systems are connected. It may not be a laptop alone as it's shown here. It could be a PC, or it could be your mobile phones, or it could be your tablets. Everything can be connected using an internet. First, I'm going to give you a brief history about the internet. It is given by a company called ARPA, that is Advanced Research Project Agency. It started on January 2nd, 1969 as an experimental computer network. The main concept that is used here are, it doesn't have a server, but equal importance and participation is given to every computer in a network. Network means one or more computers are connected through a wired or wireless connection is called as a network. What is the main advantage of this is, even if one or two nodes are destroyed or any wired problem or wireless problem occurs over there, it will not affect the network. That is the main advantage. Usually when there is a wired connection, that is single LAN or something like that, it is called as a bus or something like that. Whenever it is connected, it will be traversing from one to the other. So even if one of that line is disrupted or it cut down, then the other computers also will not get the network connection. Next, how do you connect with an internet? Usually your computers will have a router. It will be first connected to a router, then the router will be connected to the modem, then the modem will be connected with the internet. This is how the signal flow occurs. Then the various internet services that are provided are electronic mail, World Wide Web, Telnet, file transfer protocol, internet telephone, web TV or radio, internet relay chat, and news groups. First, I'll give you a brief introduction about this. What is electronic mail? That is a formal message sending service, which is sent in a form of letters, or you can attach your files like your pictures or videos, anything can be attached and you can send the message. What is World Wide Web? It is mainly used in the form of URL, which you actually connects you to the other websites. Then what is Telnet? It is a network protocol that allows a user to one computer to log on to another computer that is the part of the same network. Usually when 4 or 5 people are using a single network, then they might share their information, so they can log into the another system and whatever details they want they can access it. That that authentication will be given to that particular person. Then what is FTP? That is file transfer protocol. It actually means a standard network used to transfer files between client and server over the internet after you logging in into an FTP server. As soon as you log in into your file transfer protocol server, you will be allowed to send and receive the files between the client and the server. Then what is internet telephone? That is a phone call, that is a normal call, video one or an audio one, that is done between the two users using internet. You must be knowing about your WhatsApp. You can make an audio call and you can even make a video call in your WhatsApp. That is done using internet telephone service. Then web TV or radio. For example, when you are using your Tata Sky, you might be knowing when the service is interrupted in your TV, and at the same time while you are watching the TV, you can also view that in your mobile phone. That same like how you see in your TV, all those channels will be viewed in your mobile phone. That is called web TV. And same with the radio. You can listen to your FM radio using your mobile phone using internet. Then internet relay chat. It means a conversation which occurs through a message format, just like your WhatsApp or the normal messaging that occurs through internet. Then you have something called as news groups. How you have your news channels, the same news can be viewed in your computers or laptops or your mobile phone using an internet connection. Next, it is electronic mail. This is a formal definition of it. It distributes email messages and attached files to one or more electronic mailboxes. This is how email address will look like. It could be a name at the Gmail or Yahoo or anything .com or in it will be used. That @ symbol will be used after the name. Then the domain name will be there. Then an org or in.com will be used. World Wide Web. It is the information system where the documents and other web resources are identified by using uniform resource locators, which may be interlinked by hypertext and are accessible all over the internet. Okay, it is developed in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee of the European Particle Physics Lab, that is called CERN, in Switzerland. Okay. Next, what is a Microsoft Internet Explorer? It is a web browser software to access information available on internet. Either you can use Microsoft Internet Explorer, you can use Mozilla Firefox, you can also use Microsoft Internet Explorer with the Google Chrome. Then the components. First, here I am going to explain only about the components of Internet Explorer. The first one is the title bar. Next, it is menu bar. Then it is toolbar. Next, and the following one is the address bar. In a menu bar, you have a file menu, edit menu, view menu, favorites menu, tool menu, and help menu. Then the tool icons that are available here are back, which moves forward to the previous web page that you used. Forward will move on to the next page that you have used, and stop will give you the option where you can stop the current execution. Refresh means once again the whole page will be rolled. Then the home page means the home page of the web page will be described for you. Search option gives you to you can search all the information that you want. Favorites, you can store your favorite web pages over here. Media means all the media files that you accessed can be viewed here. History means all the previous data that you have access through, all the web pages that you have access through step by step will be viewed here. Okay, this is available in tools icon. Next is address bar. It refers to the text field in a web browser. Okay, you can type something in the form of address that identify the user's location on the web and allows them to access different websites. For example, if you want to identify a place, imagine you want to go to a shopping in a specific mall. What will you do? First you have to know the address. Okay, the each place, each house, or each shop, or each mall will have an address. That now usually an address will be a number in the beginning, then A or B, or in the flat number or whatever it could be, or flat number it will be. Then you have to give the street name, or if you have a specific name for your flat, that has to be given. So, and you must be knowing about the a common address of a place. Just like that, all the websites have an address. For Google, it is www.google.co.in. Okay, that address has to be given. Only then you can move on to Google. Okay, there will be an address bar. Only using a specific address, that website can be reached. Uniform resource locator. What is an uniform resource locator? A web page has a unique address called URL. Okay, as you have your own address for your house, that same address will not be available for the next house. Either number will differ, or the flat number will differ, or any other number will automatically differ, and the street name will differ, the place name will differ. Just like that, each website will have a unique address, which consists of a protocol in the beginning. First it should be a HTTP or FTP or anything. Then it will be the normal www. That is World Wide Web. Then the host name will be given. It could be Google, Yahoo, or whatever it could be. Then the file name will be given with the HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. Okay, that's how each page will be designed, and it will be stored. As your file name will be .doc. This HTML pages are created for websites. Then a host should have an IP address. Okay, like in your home you'll have your pin code, right? Just like that, you have an IP address which is unique for here. The for you, pin code will be same for the whole place. Here the IP address will be differ from one component to the other. If you're using a PC, it has a different IP address. The mobile phone will have a different IP address. Then there will be a domain name. For example, it is google.com, or it could be a yahoo.com. It could be anything. Next, what is a search engine? These are the special websites that provide facility to internet users to search information on internet. What are the main need of it? It remembers the URL addresses, and it quickly accesses the data. It maintains a billions of web pages containing information. It is also used to search web pages. These are the commonly used search engines: Google, Alta Vista, Ask, Excite, Infoseek, Lycos, Yahoo, and all that. Can you see the website address over here? http://www.google.com. Can you see the various search engine addresses? Next, how can you save the information from the internet? The various steps as to follow. First, you have to download the page from web through the search engines. First, you have to go to any search engine. Then you have to give the details of the page. Okay, it could be www.google.com, that specific page you have to reach. Then you have to go to the file menu and click save as. Okay, then you have to search the drive or wherever you want to save the information, you have to save that. Then just give save. All the whole information in that page can be stored up over there. First you can see over here, first you have to go to that page, then you have to go to file and you have to choose save page as. As soon as you appear there, save in dialog box will appear. So in that you have to give the place, that is, or the drive or the folder where you want to save. Then within that, wherever now I have given in another folder and I have given a file name for storing it. Okay, next, how can you search the information using search engines? You have to open a search engine, then type whatever you want. Imagine www.google.com and you have to press enter. So it enters in. So there will be a search box. Just click in that. Maybe you want to learn more about computers, so just give computer. Then go to Google search or just search button. As soon as you give that, the information about the computer will appear on the screen. Next, copy and paste information. This is how we do when you are doing projects or something. You have to place a mouse or the cursor on the beginning of the text, then you have to drag it down. As soon as you drag it down till wherever you reach, no, till the text is available, then click the button, then just give copy. In the right click button you have to give copy. Then you have, as soon as the text is copied, you have to open a word processor and place a cursor over there, then just click the right mouse button and give paste. Then the data will be pasted. What are the advantages of browsing in internet? You can access information, you can send or receive email, you can download software, you can chat using your internet, then you can even do online shopping using Amazon, Flipkart and all that. And there are few disadvantages also. Breach of personal information. That means usually whenever you use a Facebook account, you give all your personal details over there, but that is visible for most of the other people who are using the internet too. So it is easily available for them and they might misuse it. And your credit card information can also be stolen. And there is something called spamming. That means when you have an Gmail account, lot of irrelevant information will come. It is called unsolicited email. It will come in a large quantity, so it is very difficult for you to find your required emails. Then just a recap of it. You know the history of internet now, how to get connected to the internet services, Microsoft Internet Explorer, the URL, the search engines, and saving information from the internet. Search, you know, to search information using search engines. You can copy paste information, and you also know the advantage and disadvantages of internet browsing. Thank you so much.